DreAllDay.com.
All right, so we're talking about sales. All right. So some people, there are some people out there. I want to know if there's anybody in this Periscope stream right now who doesn't like sales, you're averse to being sold to, you would never get involved in a business or a job or anything that had to do with selling stuff. Is there anybody here who is just against sales? You just don't like sales in any way, shape, or form. You don't like people trying to sell you stuff. If you're one of those people, raise your hand by leaving a comment and let me know. And then let me know why. What problem is it that you have with sales? Because what we about to talk about is selling. So first I'm going to tell you something very obvious, which I think all of you already know. And that's that everything in life is a sale. And if you are watching this stream right now, please keep hitting the hearts. We need the ventricular fibrillation. The heart got to be beating. If your heart stops beating, it's a flat line. I don't think people want a flat line in here. Terry Twin is a business major. What school did you go to? If you went to college, please tell me what college you went to. All right, Takaro said he's going to be a salesman next year. Takaro, you a salesman right now. You was a salesman last year, you a salesman this year, and you're going to be a salesman next year. You already a salesman. Every single person in here, you are already a salesperson. Understand. Terry goes to USF, Tampa Bay. I used to live in Tampa. I used to live over in Carrollwood Station. But anybody who's if you're in college right now, or you went to college, or you going to college, tell me what school you went to, going to, or at right now, or about to go to. We're talking about sales here. Am I going to sell you something? You know, because some people are just people get funny when it comes to sales, right? I know people who just get funny when it comes to selling stuff. You start having a conversation with them and you know that you're going to sell them something. They're like, yo, you trying to sell me something? Or Dre, what is you selling? Or, I don't want to do that because I ain't no salesperson. Or, I don't like sales. I just want me a job where I could just do my thing and I don't have to worry about selling anything. I don't want to sell anything. Any of you know somebody? What school did you go to? What school did you go to, Takara? Any of you know somebody who just does not like selling stuff? I'm sure y'all do. If you know somebody who just doesn't like selling stuff, or maybe you might be a person who doesn't like selling stuff. We're going to talk about sales today. Understand, first thing you got to get. Now, we're going to get into the meat and potatoes of this. Everything is sales. Every single thing you do is a sale. Right now, I'm making a sale to you. I'm selling you on the fact that your time, your precious, valuable time, out of your 24 hours today, you should spend some of it listening to what I got to say in hopes that I'm going to say something that will be useful to you, whether it's entertaining, whether it's informative, whether it's inspiring, whether it's motivational. So he said 21 doesn't like sales. She's an art major. All right, so some people who don't like sales, all right, cool. Art majors. All right, that's great. Perfect. Everything is a sale. Understand that. I'm selling you right now an idea that I might be able to say something that's worth your time. All right, you selling people every single day. If you're on Periscope and you have a profile picture, you know how some people get on Periscope and they don't ever add a picture to their profile? Look at all your social media profiles right now. Your Facebook, your Instagram, your Twitter, your Snapchat, your YouTube, your Periscope. Look at all your social media profiles and just think about them right now. Ask yourself a question. Do you have an avatar in each one? Do you have an avatar on your YouTube? Is there an avatar on your Twitter profile? Do you have an avatar for Snapchat? Is there an avatar on your Instagram? Is there an avatar on Periscope? If you want to know how to follow me right now, swipe to the right. You'll see my little picture right there that says Dre Baldwin, Dre All Day. Hit that and just hit the follow button. And then turn on notifications so you get a notification every time I come live so you can drop everything you're doing and do it immediately. All right, yes, I can read your name, Sinead Pandora. I hope I followed it correctly. All right, Terry, I got me a new follower, so I appreciate you, Terry. Now, look. If you got an avatar up on your social media platforms, you're selling. You know why? Because you're selling people, anybody who looks at your profile, on an idea that whatever they see in that picture will interest them in whatever way might work for that person, the person who's looking at it, that they might want to follow you. So maybe they think you're attractive. Maybe they think you look like you're smart. Maybe they think you look like a businessman. Maybe you look like you're powerful. Maybe something about your avatar makes them laugh, or think that something you're going to do is going to make them laugh based on the picture that you have. You're selling them on an idea. So we're not always selling products and services for money, but we sell ideas for attention. So understand, I just talked about my previous stream that everything is a sale. Everything going on in life is a sale. And the first sale you have to make is get people to pay attention. Not pay money, but pay attention. Because if I'm not paying attention to you, I can't pay you money. Is it true or not true that there's somebody periscoping right now at the exact same time as me, somebody somewhere in the world who wants to sell you something, but they can't sell it to you because you're not paying them attention. You're paying attention to Dre all day, so they can't sell you anything. So understand that every single thing that takes place is a sale. So if you're not getting people to pay attention to you, you're not going to be able to sell them anything. And everything is a sale. I'm going to say that 1,000 times. Look, if you don't like selling, tell me, anybody who doesn't like selling, it's impossible to not be in sales if you're in college, okay? Because the only way you can get into college is to apply. And when you apply for something, you're making a sales pitch. All right, when you turn in an application, if you go to, I remember when I was like 16, one of my boys I grew up with, he was like, yo, we was trying to get a job at Foot Locker at the mall because everybody wanted to work at Foot Locker. It was like the coolest job, the easiest job, and you get a discount on the sneakers and clothes that we all wanted. One of my boys was like, yo, I'm going to go to Foot Locker and I'm going to apply every week until they hire me. And we laughed because it was funny, but it actually was serious. It would have been serious if he had actually did it. He didn't do it. But now looking back, I wish I had that mentality because they probably would have eventually hired me. Because if I would have just kept coming in there and kept applying, eventually I would have met the manager and somebody would have been like, yo, why do you keep applying here? Because we ain't never call you back. I would have told them why. They would have said, damn, you that persistent? Maybe you could work here. Come to an interview. And then I might have got the job there. But here's the thing. If you apply for a job somewhere, or you apply to get into college, or you apply to be accepted into any certain type of program, you're making a sales pitch. That's a sales pitch. If they call you back, if you turn the application or you forward your resume on, careerbuilder.com or monster.com, you have made a sales pitch to somebody to hire you. If they call you back, you made a sale. You got their attention. Now they're paying attention to you. People pay attention before they pay money. So they pay attention to you and they say, hey, come to an interview. Or they might ask you a couple questions. Maybe they do it over the phone. Maybe they do it over Skype. Or they ask you to come in and meet in person. Now you've made a sale. Now once you get to the interview, what you got to do next? You got to make another sale. Now you got to sell them on the fact that, hey, maybe you should hire me for this job. Maybe I'm the person you should actually bring in to do this job. You understand that? You are always making a sale. If you out there, if you watching this, if you ever been on a date, have you ever been on a date? Have you ever kissed a girl? Have you ever kissed a boy? Have you ever had a boyfriend or a girlfriend? Have you ever been married? Have you ever been in a relationship? Those are all sales. You have to make a sale. When you go to the bar or you go to the club or you go to the mall and you put on makeup or you put on your nice Jordans or you put on your best pair of jeans or you put on the shirt that shows off your physique or your muscles, you're making a sale. Or you're making a sales pitch. You're putting yourself out there hoping that there's somebody that's going to buy. Even if you're in a relationship. I heard a female once say to me, females don't get dressed up for guys. They get dressed up for other females because they know other females are going to be checking out everything they got. Their shoes, their hair, their makeup, their jewelry, their accessories and their clothes, their dress, their bodies, everything. So even when you already got it, even when you already made the sale, you're still making a sale over and over and over again. Any of you ever been in a relationship, or even if those of you who are very young, maybe you look at your parents. Your parents are already in a relationship. They both sold each other. Your mom sold your dad sold your mom on each other. But once they make the sale, you got to keep making the sale. You got to keep servicing the account is what we call it. So if you were in the sales business and let's say you sold a Xerox machine to some office building, you got to call on them once a month or every 3 months and say, hey, I just want to make sure everything's good with that Xerox machine that I sold you, because if something goes wrong with that machine, you got to immediately be on top of it and fix it, service the account so that they say, you know what, Dre gave me perfect service. So they can say, Trey Time 25 gave me perfect service on the Xerox machine. So when somebody asks me about where can I buy a Xerox machine, you know what, I'm going to think of that salesperson who helped me out. So you're always making a sale at all times. Even after you made the sale, you're still making a sale because you have to keep reselling people on the exact same thing. For instance, I'm looking at my Periscope right now. I got like 400 something followers on Periscope and almost 200,000 hearts on Periscope. Every single time I open my mouth, every single time I start a new stream, I'm reselling those followers and the new followers on a possibility of what I can deliver that's going to make you follow me. I'm not seeing any comments. Are y'all alive out there? I'm seeing a few hearts. So I'm not seeing any comments. I want to make sure that y'all getting what I'm saying, or am I just being so great in what I'm saying that nobody has anything to say? All right. I see Switch said y'all here. All right, cool. I just want to make sure everybody's in there. Now, like I was saying, I'm reselling you every single time. I got 4,000 plus videos on YouTube. I could have stopped after I made 1, 2, or 50 videos. But what I'm doing is, I appreciate y'all hitting those hearts. Please keep hitting the hearts. Dope Man Gabriel 23 just came in. Welcome to the show. Now look, I'm reselling you every single time. Every single time I turn on this stream, every single time I write a blog post, every tweet that I put out, every Facebook status update, every YouTube video, I'm reselling you on the idea that I'm the guy that you want to follow because I'm giving you something that is valuable to you, whether that be how to play basketball, whether that be how to sell a product, whether that be your confidence, whether it be your motivation, your inspiration, or just an idea that's coming to you in a different way that has never been presented to you before. And you can say, you know what, that dude knows his stuff. Let me follow him to see what he says next. X. I'm reselling you every single time. Every single thing you do, you're reselling. You got a job. You might have been hired for the job 3 years ago, but guess what? Every day when you go into work, you're reselling your supervisor on the fact that you deserve to keep that job. Because guess what? If you don't show up or you do a terrible job one day, your supervisor is going to start to question, like, you know what? Why is Swish NBA still working here? I don't know if he still wants this job. I might have to reconsider if I should keep hiring this guy. Oh, Takeru didn't show up to work today. All right, then he might have just lost. He might have just lost me on buying into him having his job. Maybe I should hire somebody else to take his spot. So you understand that every single thing you do, you are reselling the buyer every time you open your mouth, every time you take an action, every time you have a conversation, every time you turn on the camera. You are reselling your people on the fact that you're the person that they should be paying attention. Eventually, if they so choose, paying money. Do y'all understand that? Yeah, it's just an example to Carol. I know you're not the type of person that just won't show up to work. But here's the thing. Also with sales, there's a lot of people out there who are averse to sales. They say, I don't want to sell anything. I like what it is that you got going on. I like what it is that you got going on, James Bueno, but I don't want to sell anything. I just want to get me a regular job or some regular business where I'm not going to have to make, I don't think there's such thing as a regular business where you don't make sales. A regular job where I just don't have to sell anything. I just want to do my little thing over here and not have to sell nothing and just get my check every 2 weeks, every week, every month, every year, whatever it is, and just be good. And that's fine. It doesn't make you a bad person, doesn't make you wrong, doesn't make everybody else right. But understand this. Zig Ziglar, well-known motivational speaker, sales expert, and everything. James Bueno, yeah, Bueno means good, but that's Spanish. It's not English. But look, Zig Ziglar once said, timid salespeople have skinny kids. What that means is you eat by selling things. All right, if you want to eat, you got to sell stuff. If you own a business, do basketball players sell things? Hell yeah. Every day they selling the coach on the fact that they should get in the game. All right, because they could easily sit on the bench and get cut. So yes, you are always selling things. The coach is always selling the players on the fact that you should keep listening to me as the voice that's going to tell y'all what to do. And when the players start tuning out the coach, what happens? The team starts losing and the coach gets fired. Does that happen or does it not happen? Absolutely it happens. So there's always a sale being going on. And understand that when you are in business, if you want to run a business of any sort, all of you young people, I know a lot of you who are in high school or in college right now, you know that you probably don't want to go into, I mean, not say probably, I can't assume anything. You may be thinking that you don't want to go into the traditional workforce. Like, y'all understand that the dream that was sold to us, the people who are, let's say, 30 and up, the dream that was sold to us of how we're supposed to do things, go to school, graduate, get a diploma, get a degree, and go get a job and work for 40 years. Y'all know that that's not really what it is these days. Y'all know that that's not reality. We learned that that's not the reality, but now y'all know for a fact. We kind of came in the middle. Like, we were coming up, still following that blueprint, and then we realized that that's not really the thing, maybe after we made some mistakes in life. But y'all already know it. If you in college right now, you in the sweet spot of business right now. As far as how you can make money in your life, you can do what you want to do and find a way to actually make money from. You can start doing it while you're still in college. That's crazy. I wish this stuff was out when I was in college. Are you kidding me? I would have already had a business. I would have been running a business from my dorm room. I'd have been like Mark Zuckerberg. Not to say I would have made $1 billion, but I would have been making some money from my business while I was still in school, quote unquote, learning something that nobody in that school could possibly teach me. But the thing is this, all right, understand this. Coach Coco Chanel, the D1, what's going on? Now look, this is what y'all got to understand. If you're going to run a business of any sort, you will be selling always. You will always be selling. And it's not a bad thing. It's not a negative thing. Vito529 just came in. What's up? You are always going to be selling stuff. You run a business, there's a sale. Any of you name a business that does not sell. Does any of you know a business that doesn't sell? Or just name a business that you like, period. Or name the last business that you did business with. If you think about it, if you look around wherever you are right now, if you in a car, if you in a room, if you in a lunchroom, anywhere you are, if you look around at every single object in that room, somebody had to sell it in order for you to end up with it. Think about that. Is that true or not true? Wendy's, sales. That's all sales. The person who came up with Wendy's realized that his business is run on what? Customers. If they don't have customers, there is no Wendy's. So people got to keep coming in there on that dollar menu. When I was after my freshman year of college, I used to go to the gym and Nike sales. All they do is sell. They got a ton of customers. They got people bought into their brand, people buy into their brand, and they will only buy Nike gear. How many of you will only buy Nike socks? All right, what do the socks do? The socks make you jump higher. They make you run faster. They make you do anything. They make you sexier. They make your muscles bigger. No, but guess what? You will only buy from Nike. No, not Baconators. The Baconator came out after I stopped eating at Wendy's. But look, after my freshman year of college, this is 2000, 2001, I would stop at Wendy's every day. I would get the bacon cheeseburger, the junior bacon cheeseburger, the fries, the nuggets, and maybe a drink. Now, I usually didn't get a drink. Junior bacon, fries, nuggets, and probably a second junior bacon, like $4 every day. I used to eat that every single day, and that's how I actually started. That's the first way I actually started putting on some bulk, some muscle. I wouldn't recommend you doing it that way these days, but I'm not a nutritionist. That's not a conversation for me. But understand that everything is going to be sales, always. You always have to make a sale in everything. If you want to run a business, you got to sell people an idea of following you, sell people an idea of subscribing to your email list, sell people an idea of whatever your product or service is at all times. And Coach Kev says sometimes it's hard to get people to pay attention. I just talked about this in my previous stream, Coach Kev. So if you missed that, go watch my previous stream where I talk about it's called You're Dead to Me. And that's all about paying attention to the people who are paying attention to you and not paying attention to the people who are not paying attention. So if you got one person paying attention, give that person 100% of what you got, and they're going to bring in another person for you. Now you got 2 people to pay attention to. They're going to bring in 4 people. Now you got 6 people. Keep doing that. Eventually you're going to have 1,000 and 1,000,000 people that's paying attention to you. But you just got to put all your focus on the people who are paying attention, not to the people who are not. But watch that whole stream. I went over that in detail. So sales, in conclusion, let me wrap this up. Everything is always a sale. There will never come a point where you won't be selling. If you want something, you probably got to make a sale to get it. If you want your mom to give you $20, you got to sell your mom on the idea that giving you $20 is a good thing for her to do. That is going to help you in some way. It's going to make her feel good in some way. She's going to get something out of it, like maybe you vacuuming the living room floor or taking out the garbage or walking the dog or whatever it happens to be. There's always a sale. If you go on a date, you selling that guy on the fact that you, or that girl on the fact that you might be the one that he might want to, go home with, go on a second date, or marry, or something like that. If you go to a job interview, you selling that person the idea that you the person to do the job. You the person who should get hired and get paid that $80,000 starting salary. You are always making a sale. If you're in a relationship, every single day you got to resell that girl or that guy on the fact that they made the right choice and not kick your ass out of there or dump you or go find somebody else. Every day you are making a sale. Harlem Joe said I make a scope about the highest leapers in NBA history. No, because I don't even know who they are. That's not really an area of interest to me. I like basketball, I watch the NBA, but as far as the debate, this guy against that guy, I don't really care about that stuff. That's not really my thing. Now, I used to do that maybe in like 2009, 2010, but now, not really. Tondo 454 Sadama, what's going on? So we're about to wrap this stream up. I said we're getting to 200,000 today. I'm looking at the hearts as it's going up. I could have swore it was at 196,000 at the end of my last stream, but then it went back to 190. So I don't know, maybe Periscope got to catch up. But we're going to end this scope. I'm going to come back because I got more stuff to do. I'm about to record a video actually, not on Periscope, for this Wilson X ball, which is, I'll show y'all later. You're going to see the video on YouTube this Thursday. So go to my YouTube, Work On Your Game. That's workonyourgame.me. That's GA.me, so you can see that. What am I going to eat for dinner? I ain't eating dinner yet. I'm eating hearts. I'm eating the hearts on Periscope. So listen, I'll be back in a little bit. Make sure your notifications on so you can see when Dre All Day is coming on live. Make sure you are following me so you catch everything that I put out right here. You won't miss a word of what I'm saying. This is free education. You ain't got to go to night school. You ain't got to go to summer school. You ain't got to pay for credits. You're getting all your information free right here. Work on your game, DreAllDay.com. Checking out this video. Make sure you follow all my top content up here. Follow me on all your favorite social networks right over here. And make sure you are subscribed to catch all the new content I put on this channel every single day. Work on your game.